What's up? Welcome to Dre Area Sports. That's Dre Area Sports.
What's
I'm
up?
Grant Cohn. How's it going? Today we're talking about Shador Sanders exclusively for an hour just because he's bringing in the hits. No, we are going to talk about Shador a little bit and how he relates to Brock Purdy. We're going to talk about the Titans, Phillip Rivers, and grandparents and fatherhood and all of that good stuff. Today's episode is brought to you by Mint Mobile. Turn your expensive wireless present into a huge wireless savings future by switching to Mint. Shop Mint Unlimited plans at mintmobile.com/cone. That's mintmobile.com/cone. Limited time offer, upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, and $180 for 12-month plan required. That's $15 a month. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. More than 35 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. Capable device required. Availability, speed, coverage varies. See mintmobile.com. Go check out how much you're spending monthly on mobile on your mobile plan and compare that to Mint Mobile, which is $15 a month. Today's show is also brought to you by 1-800-CONTACTS. Getting contacts doesn't have to be a hassle. Let 1-800-CONTACTS get you the contact lenses you need right now. Order online at 1-800-CONTACTS.com or download the free 1-800-CONTACTS app today. Dre, do you wear contacts?
I do not. I have perfect 20/20 vision, like a hawk.
You do?
Yeah,
Well, good for you, Drake, because the rest of us don't. I apparently have pretty good vision in my right eye, but terrible in my left eye, which is the
Really?
only reason I'm not a professional baseball player. Otherwise, I would have been
There
hitting
it is.
dingers.
There it is.
So I'm supposed to be wearing contacts, but I don't. And when I get tired, my left eye starts to wander. And if you really, I'm like looking all kind of different directions. It's a bad look. 1-800-CONTACTS could really up my game. But you know what? Thank you, 1-800-CONTACTS. Now I'm going to get them.
Do it.
All right, man. So here's the thing about Brock Purdy. No one's really talking about the Titans because the Niners are going to win. It's going to be so easy. What's the point? But there is some pressure if you think about it, because Shador Sanders just faced the Tennessee Titans. And Shador Sanders is considered by some to be like a non-NFL starter. He fell the 5th round. He's controversial. But he put up 364 yards, 3 touchdown passes. He ran for a touchdown. He was the leading rusher on his team. He lost, but he led his offense to 29 points and put up some big numbers. And he's not supposed to be good. And the Titans are supposed to be awful. So does that sort of raise the bar of expectations, what we want to see from a $53 million a year quarterback against Tennessee at home this weekend?
Absolutely. If Shador Sanders walks into Cleveland and he puts up 364, 3 touchdowns, then Brock should. I mean, look, Shador had a 97.7 quarterback rating, right? He's got Jerry Jeudy and Quinshon Judkins. Brock has Juwan Jennings, Ricky Pearsall, George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey. His numbers should be the same, if not better, you would think, from a guy who's making that much money and who's a more established quarterback in the league like Brock Purdy.
I mean, what's interesting to me is like they faced each other. Purdy won. And everyone act like he outplayed Shador by so much. I mean, Purdy was 16-29. Sanders was 16-25 in that game. Purdy threw for 168. Sanders threw for 149. Purdy threw 1 touchdown and no picks. Sanders threw 1 touchdown and no picks. Sanders was playing with Harold Fannin Jr. and Jerry Jeudy and Quinshon Judkins, while Purdy has Hall of Famers on his side of the ball. So in that game, I think it was kind of apparent that maybe there wasn't that big of a difference. And then all of a sudden, Shador has his big game against the Titans, and Purdy just happens to be facing them this week. And like last week, Purdy could get away with dinking and dunking. I mean, it was windy. It made sense. You're going up against a good defense. Don't take chances. But that's what he did in the second half against the Panthers as well. It's been a while since he's taken a shot really down the field to anyone except Kittle. And when he did, he got picked.
Yeah.
So I think there's some pressure for him to like actually look good against the Titans and not just not make a mistake.
Yeah, no, but personally, this is the way I want Brock to play. I want him to be more cautious. I want him to not force the ball downfield when he doesn't need to be. When you got guys like George Kittle and Christian McCaffrey open underneath, we saw what Mac Jones did. Mac Jones was successful because he made sure to utilize guys like Christian McCaffrey probably more than they wanted to, but it kept the chains moving. And on top of that, Mac made sure not to turn the ball over as often as Brock was turning the ball over. Now, against the Browns, what did he do? He didn't turn the ball over. He played more. He was on time. He was accurate, which you've seen Brock be in the past. but he didn't force the ball downfield like he did against the Cardinals, where he almost threw 2 interceptions. They dropped those interceptions, but then he threw 3 against the Panthers. So, look, I love that he didn't have any turnovers going against the number 2 defense in the league in the Cleveland Browns. And that's the way Brock has to play for the rest of the season if they're going to be successful the last half or last segment of this season and going into the playoffs. And I've been talking with, Tyler LaRocca. We've been saying the same thing. As long as he controls the ball, doesn't turn it over, is accurate, then the Niners will find success. But this is the Brock Purdy I want to see more often is when we saw against the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, I put this out I tweeted this a couple of days ago that Brock needs to play more like Mac the rest of the season. And I think Brock likes holding the ball longer, extending plays, and pushing it down the field, which is great when you have Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel. But right now, the longer he holds the ball, I mean, guys aren't getting open down the field. He doesn't have a good feel for where Ricky Pearsall is going to be. He's not that kind of player. So it seems to me like what Brock needs to do now is be more decisive, get the ball out of his hands in 2.5 seconds or less, and if he does have to hold the ball, if he makes a guy miss in the pocket and scrambles away, instead of like trying to find Jawan Jennings down the field, it's either like look for George, and if he's not there, throw the ball away or scramble out of bounds. Those are good options because when you do throw the ball down the field, when you hold it 3 seconds, those are when the interceptions come.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're not really throwing picks. When you play like Mac, you're very, very good and efficient. But when you try to play like, I don't know, Super Brock, it's not working because you don't have the receivers to pull it off. Or I don't know, maybe the toe's an issue. There's a lot of factors. Just don't do it.
The arm strength either. I mean, look,
right.
Some of the throws he was making against the Cardinals and against, I should say, throws that he was attempting against the Cardinals and Panthers. Those are throws that if you are, a Matthew Stafford, a Josh Allen, you can get away with that because you got a strong enough arm and you're accurate and you can make those throws happen. But with Brock, he has to kind of bring himself in and say, hey, hold on a minute. I can't be that guy who's just chucking it downfield whenever I want to. I have to be more decisive. I have to be more accurate. And we saw that. A lot more shorter passes. And he had really good passes to the edges, to the sidelines. And we saw him throw those with more zip. And that's what he has to focus on. He did go deep to Brock Purdy. To George Kittle. But he did that when he had to. And so he has to be cerebral about when he goes deep. Not just, like he did against the Panthers when he tried to force a shot into the end zone to Ricky Pearsall, and it was an interception. He can't make that kind of throw.
I'd like to see Brock Purdy, definitively outperform the opposing quarterback for once this season. I mean, he didn't definitively outperform Shedeur. He didn't definitively outperform Bryce. I mean, he was awful against the Panthers. I mean, Jacoby Brissett might have been better than Brock Purdy. Jacoby Brissett set a freaking record. Trevor Lawrence was better than Brock Purdy. Sam Darnold was right there. I'd like to see him just be way better than Cam Ward. Can you do that? Because on paper, he's not. I mean, they both have 9 touchdowns, 7 picks this year. That's mind-blowing to me. Mind-blowing.
I think that Brock's the kind of quarterback where I don't know if he's ever going to be a quarterback where he's going to outshine, outperform the opposing quarterback. And I think that when he tries to be that quarterback, that's when he runs into more problems. I think that he needs to be a guy that doesn't focus on I'm going to outstat you. It needs to be I'm going to outthink you and I'm going to make less mistakes than you. And that's how we're going to win because I'm just not going to screw up and allow the other team to get the ball back. So that's the way. That's how Brock has to be. The way he played against the Browns. That is the Brock Purdy I want to see moving forward. He didn't turn the ball over. He was doing the Dougie in the end zone. That's the Brock I want to see.